Namaste, my dear friends. We are exploring the evolution of Yogacharya Sri T Krishnamacharya's evolution of teaching throughout his lifetime. We are today going to talk about the second era, which is in the early to mid 30s to early 40s, just before India gained independence, or maybe even just after India gained independence. This time is called the Maṇḍala. So, one of the great things that happened in this era was that Yogacharya Krishnamacharya found a job as the yoga master of the Maharaja of Mysore, and not only did he teach the Maharaja of Mysore and his family members and all the aristocrats of his time that the Maharaja recommended, but he was given the task of protecting yoga and transmitting the teachings of yoga to the next generation, and that is why the Yogashala was started. And a lot of young people would come to this Yogashala to learn from Sri T Krishnamacharya, especially in the morning times before they went to school. So Yogacharya Krishnamacharya saw that these young people could not practice asanas in a static way like it was done in classic times. So he, based on the Surya Namaskara sequence and probably the techniques that he learned from his own teacher in Mount Kailash, devised or proposed this concept called Maṇḍala, which is a circular arrangement of asana practice, where they start always from Samasthiti and through a sequence of steps that we call Vinyasa Krama would reach the final posture, stay there for a certain number of breaths, and then return in a similar step-by-step manner back to Samasthiti. And he codified different asanas into number of steps, and he published his first book called the Yoga Makaranda, which we have very, very happily translated and published it in English language, and you will find a description below to be able to have a copy of it. And so in this era was the people like Sri B.K. Sayengar, Sri Pattabhi Jois, and other such illuminary teachers of modern era joined the Yogashala of Mysore to learn and study under the guidance of Sri T Krishnamacharya and learn asana practice in this form, in a sequential form from Samasthiti to the main asana and back. It was a very dynamic form, and please remember, dynamic does not mean very fast. It was always combined with very careful regulation of breath so that it was healthy for the young people to do it as well. And this was the second era where all the asanas that were possible were taught in this dynamic sequential form, which today is now called as the Vinyasa sequence or the Vinyasa techniques. And there are some schools of yoga that are very much based on this technique. And of course, it is very logical to assume this because certain teachers who are considered the founders of these traditions were students of Krishnamacharya at this time, who actually is the true founder of this system. So this, my dear friends, is the second era, which is in the 1930s to the 1940s, which we call Maṇḍala, which means a circular arrangement. It's based on the way we are approaching the deity in the temple, where we go in a clockwise direction to the sanctum and then come out in the same way. So it was the same, the final asana was the sanctum, and so we go from Samasthiti in a certain way to the final asana and then come back to Samasthiti, so it forms a circle. That's why it's called Maṇḍala. This is the second era of his teaching, a very golden era, I must say. Namaste, my dear friends. Namaste, my dear friends. My name is Kausthub Desikachar and I am currently representing the Viniyoga tradition. Thank you for watching our channel. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please click the subscribe button so that you may receive fantastic updates every week on all the wonderful videos that we are presenting. And of course, we would encourage you to share these videos through your social media platforms to all your friends and students so that this kind of special knowledge can be shared to all those who are seriously interested in the classical traditions of yoga. Thank you for your support, my dear friends, and we wish you all the very best. Namaste.